I need to make an apology first of all because
Okay.
I gave a piece of an incorrect piece of factual information in our previous video.
Shocking.
I said Aladdin Sane was the final album with the Spiders from Mars.
Yeah.
I was wrong. It's actually Pin-Ups,
Pen-ups.
the popular David Bowie cover album. The only one of the original Spiders from Mars who isn't on the album is the drummer,
Yeah.
who basically was the only one that didn't know Spiders from Mars was breaking up and we treated him like shit. Pin-Ups isn't part of the grand narrative.
No.
It's David Bowie being like, I don't really know what to do. So basically he just sings some of his favourite songs, and if you want to hear David Bowie doing See Emily Play,
Yeah.
that's the album for you.
Is it the one with the kids are alright?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really... No, it's...
No,
yeah, he does do The Kids Is Alright, but he also does another one by the...
Can't explain.
Yeah, that's really bad. It's like... Da, 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 da. You know, the original was really fast and lively. This one's really slow and lumbering.
Yeah.
So, we're not going to talk about Pin-Ups.
Yeah.
We're still going to move on to the next album we did. The Spiders from Mars did break up after that. And David Bowie rushed back into the studio with no lead guitarist.
No.
Mick Ronson had gone. He actually himself played the guitar on this album. He was the lead guitar.
Yeah.
And he launched into Diamond Dogs.
Oh, yes.
Diamond Dogs is the biggest mess of David Bowie's 70s albums.
Yeah.
It's a really, really good album, but it's an absolute fucking mess.
Yeah.
It started life as a concept album.
About 1984.
Correct, yeah. But he couldn't get the rights from George Orwell to do a whole album. So for some reason he just stuck 3 songs he did for that concept onto the second half of the album.
Yeah.
They form a little suite. It opens with like almost like a very hard rock song, kind of in the style of maybe like a Ziggy Stardust song, which is the actual title track, Diamond Dogs.
Yeah.
David Bowie introduces a brand new character into this album called Halloween Jack, who's a real cool cat.
Yeah.
That's the one where David Bowie's got an eye patch. You know that one?
Oh, yes.
It's
The
Ziggy Stardust.
eye patch character.
Yes, it's Ziggy Stardust but with an eye patch.
Oh, yeah.
The album also contains Oasis-esque sing-along songs.
Ah! Yeah. Are they as bad as Oasis?
Oh, well, it's way better.
Oh, gosh.
Way better. But so it's a song called When You Rock and Roll With Me, and it's almost like an Oasis-esque song.
Oh, no. I've only heard the popular song Rebel Rebel from Diamond Dogs. Just for a bit of context, yeah.
So there's Rebel Rebel, which is the classic pop song. That's a very Ziggy era song. A bit more proto-punky.
Yeah.
And then there's like a weird suite, which is like a soul ballad called Sweet Thing, which is made up of 3 parts, which is like an 8-10 minute suite. And then it ends with a song called The Ever Circling Chant of the Skeletal Family.
Yeah.
Which is just weird. I don't even know where to begin.
Yeah.
It's such a weird, but you've not heard it, have you?
I've only heard Rebel Rebel, which is a great song.
And it's a classic song.
Yes.
The individual songs are great. The album as a whole is just... I don't get what he was trying to do.
No.
But this is definitely the album where it's David Bowie in transition. It's caught a moment where he's given up on Spiders from Mars and he's trying to... I almost see Diamond Dogs because it's so schizophrenic. I almost see it as him trying to find
a new sound.
Where to go next.
Yeah.
I mean, like I wish it was a full concept album because the actual title track Diamond Dogs is really great. Yeah. It's like a glam rock vision of of like a post-apocalyptic future.
Okay.
Sung by David Bowie, which sounds pretty cool to me.
Yeah.
You know, he sings about this weird city. I don't remember what it's called. Megaforce City 1 or something, and it's got this weird post-apocalyptic images, and you're crawling out of vents, and you're seeing this destroyed future surrounding you. The Sweet Thing kind of suite isn't great. I've never really liked it that much. It's okay. David Bowie sings really well on it.
Yeah.
But overall, it doesn't really satisfy at all.
Yeah.
The song Rebel Rebel is great. It's a classic song.
Well, Rebel Rebel and all, lyrically is a sort of look back towards Ziggy sort of era, because it's about a cross-dresser, isn't it?
Yeah.
So
it's
that's
very transgressive.
Transgressive. Is the rest of the album transgressive?
Not really.
Is it more because Ziggy Stardust is a sci-fi concept.
Yeah.
And from what I know from just what I've read about Diamond Dogs. Is it a sci-fi concept? Because that's what people sort of say.
Partly. Like I said, it's almost like 4 different concepts in one album.
Yeah.
Because you have the whole stuff with Halloween Jack, who's the new David Bowie character, which is the opening of Diamond Dogs, but it never revisits Halloween Jack after that.
No.
That's it. And then the last 3 songs, well, the penultimate 3 songs are the 1984 songs.
Yeah.
And then the others are kind of like sing-along David Bowie songs.
Yeah.
Which is really weird. Yeah, so after Rebel Rebel, which is his classic song, you know, how the lyrics go like again?
Rebel, rebel, your face is a mess.
Not sure if you're a boy or a girl. Hey, babe, it has all right. Hey, babe, let's go out tonight. It's a classic piece of Bowie.
Yeah. And it captures his allure.
Yeah,
really well.
If I was to hold up an example of like a David Bowie song to somebody who's never heard David Bowie before, that's the song, because it sums up everything.
Yeah.
In a nice little package. That's followed by When You Rock and Roll With Me, which is, it's good for its really catchy chorus.
Yeah.
When you rock and roll with me. It's like it's almost like David Bowie singing an Oasis song.
Yeah.
You know, like a huge chorus, and I think David Bowie intended to be like a sing-along live classic, but he never caught on at all because it's on Diamond Dogs.
Yeah.
That's followed by, I think, probably the best song on the album called We Are the Dead.
We Are the Dead.
Which is a really weird, atmospheric, almost like pre-Station to Station Low era.
Yeah.
Where it's all atmospherics and it's all slow keyboard playing, and it sings about bringing out dead corpses to be collected.
Okay.
And that, again, compared to Rebel Rebel and When You Rock and Roll With Me, I don't think that's what the song's called, by the way, that's just what I'm calling it from my memory.
Yeah.
It's such a bizarre contrast, but it does lead in nicely to the 1984 songs.
Yeah. Which
this was originally going to be the whole concept of the album, and there's songs about 1984. There's one song which is just called 1984, and it's like a you'll like this. It's like a pre-Young American song, quite soul funk influenced, which David Bowie would then later use for going on to his next album.
Station to Station.
And Young Americans.
Oh yeah, Young Americans even, yeah.
And then there's a song about Big Brother, which is just, I don't remember that song that much.
No.
And then, yeah, it just kind of ends with this really weird song called The Ever Circling Chant of a Skeletal Family, which is just like repeated lyrics into this really weird beat. Does this sound like a good album?
No, it sounds interesting.
It's interesting.
It sounds like an album which wouldn't have been good at the time if you had to pay 19 fucking quid for it on vinyl, but you probably wouldn't mind buying it for like 3 quid to just pick the best songs.
Yeah.
It sounds like an album which would be better now when it was freed from the album format.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah, because as an album, Diamond Dogs does not hold together at all. It is an absolute fucking mess.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the appeal for me.
Yeah.
I like how it's such a weird patchwork mess.
Yeah.
But yeah, back in the day, people were generally quite quickly dismissive of it, you know, because David Bowie was still looking for his new persona, he was looking for a new character. He was trying to escape Ziggy, and he almost does, but he gets drawn back into Ziggy-isms.
Yeah.
So I think it's very much an album of that era, and when we moved from that, all you're left with is a bit of a mess.
Yeah.
But yeah, it holds it more to like the iPod generation, where you can just select, you know, a couple of songs from it, some of the best songs from it. But if you listen to the whole thing, it's quite an interesting experience.
Would you listen to it more than twice?
Yeah. Yeah, I would, yeah, because it's so weird.
Yeah.
I like how it takes such bizarre turns. I like how, I find it interesting how it's such a patchwork album. Like, there's little snippets of, it's almost like a bootleg album.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like a Bob Dylan bootleg series album where, you know, they're taking a whole bunch of songs, regardless of the recording context, and just spliced it all together into one album. But that's obviously not what happened. No. Because it was just all recorded in one big session. The guitar playing is really cool, because it's David Bowie by himself, and obviously he's not as skilled or as graceful as Mick Ronson.
No.
So it's all quite angular, it's almost proto-punk.
Okay.
So there's plenty to recommend on it. I said I would listen to it more than twice. I've listened to it more than twice.
I do think it has the best cover of all time.
Oh, that cover.
That cover, yeah. If anyone hasn't seen the cover, I would recommend looking it up now. I'll probably put a link actually in the description.
Yeah.
But it's basically David Bowie's upper torso and face and arms on a dog, on a dog's lower body.
Yeah.
It is pretty disturbing.
A lot of people could just be put off by the album cover.
Yeah. Was this a? Do you know if this was a big seller?
Not really.
No.
It sold. Obviously, it sold well because it was David Bowie, but not as big as Ziggy or Aladdin, Sane. It was generally seen as being an era when David Bowie was in decline.
Yeah.
So it's Diamond Dogs. It's a 7 out of 10 album.
It's okay.
Yeah, I would recommend it. I would recommend you listen to it because it is, especially in the grand story of David Bowie in the 70s, it is such an interesting album, and it does not only kind of make references to past Bowie albums, but also looking forward to the future. I wouldn't go as far to say that it anticipates Low, but you can definitely tell Bowie's more experimental side is coming out a bit more.
Yeah.
So